Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are working on the Fiat again. This is number 2 of maintenance, or preventable maintenance. If you remember last video, we ended up placing some stuff on the car, mainly some broken plastics. We ended up placing these little crown moldings for the mirror. Ended up replacing the driver's side vent that was cracked. We also ended up replacing the battery blanket. FYI, I ended up installing this upside down in the last video, not even realizing it. It's supposed to sit downward so this cover can get on and not upside down. And finally, we attempted to replace this broken piece of plastic that was snapped off on the inside, and I ended up making it much more worse. And a little bit of a callback to that. Yeah, ended up doing that damage. Was way too strong in that video and just broke the plastic off. Well, actually, it was just too brittle. Turns out this was not a cheap piece to actually fix. I thought I can just buy the little clip that sits on the inside so we can push in. Turns out, Fiat does not sell that piece individually, and I have to buy an entire new front cowl just so I can get this little piece of plastic that sits to cover this windshield wiper up. So that's around $140 to get this brand new. So yeah, big mistake on my end, but I have learned my lesson. But we are replacing two things in this video. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and really self-explanatory. We're replacing the air filter and the cabin air filter. So first, let's go ahead and replace this. All right, now that we're all set up, we can go ahead and start disassembling the cover for the air filter. And just in case you do not know, the air filter sits right underneath here. Not here like I thought it did. So it sits right underneath here. I've already kind of unscrewed a little bit of it because of I was trying to figure out where the air filter actually went in this because I thought it was right here. But no, it is right here. There's only 3 screws holding in this cover, and they're pretty easy to get off. All you need is a 5/16, and then pretty much just get a little ratchet and they all come off. But these are pretty much right now loosened as much as I can get them, so they are kind of well, hand tight. So let's go ahead and just unscrew them by hand. I actually haven't seen what it looks like underneath it here. I just unscrewed these, and I will actually want to find out altogether how dirty this air filter is, if it's stock or if it's already been replaced. All right. Where's it at? Oh, okay. Here's your air filter. Doesn't look too bad so far. It's a little bit dirty. It's not too bad as I thought it was going to be for its age. Ooh, a little bit of dirt and grime in there. Let's go ahead and put this over here. And the inside isn't too dirty as well, believe it or not. So let's compare the old to the new. As you can see, not too bad, but definitely do. New one's in a lot better condition. All this weird dust and dirt in here. And the inside isn't too bad either. There is a little bit of grime in here, which I do have some brake clean. And we're gonna go ahead and just kind of clean this stuff off in here. Get all the gunk out of here. Get everything all cleaned up so the nice filter can have some new breathing room. Just came off of this. You know what? It's probably actually a good idea to clean the inside of this as well. So might as well spray it with brake clean as well. Oof, I'm getting brake clean more than I should be getting in places I probably shouldn't. Go ahead and pick this up so it's not too big of a mess. The cover wasn't actually too dirty as I thought it was going to be. All right, while I clean this, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of speed up and clean this, and then we'll go and put the filter back in here. All right, we're back. Now that we got the cover for the filter kind of nice and more decent and clean, we can go ahead and put the filter in here. So, just in case you guys do not know, the filter only goes in one way. It is supposed to sit flat like this. And then we just reverse everything we just did and put the filter back. Whoa. Okay, we are back. I wish to knock down the entire camera. But like I was saying, filter goes in like this. Turn it around. Make sure the logo is facing the right way. And you just pretty much seat. Now, when you seat in here, there's gonna be 4 little tabs where you will actually seat in at. just like that. All right, now that we have them all in, get our 5/16 and go ahead and start screwing everything back in place. Now, obviously, remember to tighten, but not over tighten. This is plastic, and you definitely do not want to crack this because this is probably a pretty expensive piece on its own to buy. So remember, tighten until you can't tighten, or I guess tighten until you can no longer go. Don't over tighten. All right, our air filter is done. So now let's move on to the cabin air filter. So to access your cabin air filter, you have a little T25 bit you have to unscrew, and then there's a harness you have to unhook. So we're using a little drill. Now be careful when using drills. Do not want to strip out any of this. Be very, very gentle. All right. Now we got that. This entire cover should pop off. That did not sound too healthy. Oh no. Okay, yep. Not to break any more plastic bits. Okay. Looks fine to me. Let's move this out of the way. All right. Now, I already got them off, but there are these little clips. There are to be 2 of these plastic retainer clips that sit up on each side on both of these. Move this, but one on this side, one on this side. Now, be very, very careful because these can break. Like I said, trim tool set to get this out. Just very, very gentle, ease them around, and they should pop out like these ones without breaking, because usually these break all the time. And then after you get that out, this will pretty much pull down, just like this. Make sure you get it out of the way of this. Well, try to. All right, now that we got this down, you're going to see up here, there's going to be a harness. This little blue harness up here. You shouldn't have to unclick it, but your cabin air filter sits right here. And there are going to be 2 screws, and I got to find out what bit size there are. One, it should only be one, or there should be one up there. So let me get back with you and tell you what size it actually is, so you know what size to get this out with. We are back, and one of the screws is actually already missing. The one right here is not even in here, but there is one right here. So there's 2 holding them in. This one's missing. I got to find out where that one even went. But there's one up here, and it uses a 732, if that will focus, but we should be able to unscrew it with this, and then the entire cover should pop off. And it looks like I was wrong. You might not have to unhook that blue little harness. It shouldn't screw up anything. It's just a cabin air filter. But we pull this one out, don't lose that, and then this entire cover, just like that, you come out. And yeah, it was missing the bottom screw. Then we can pull it out. Okay, pull it out may be a different story. They may put the wrong size in, but how do you do that? We need something to fish it out with, people. How do you get this out? Here it comes. There we go. Wow, that is extremely dirty. You can't see it, but it is grayish brown. The new one, here's the new one right here. What's in the way? Yeah, new, old. Now, obviously we'll put the new one in. Now these only go in one way, from what I was told. Can't really screw this up, but you pretty much just go ahead and we gotta fish it back up here, because you can see that harness actually is in the way. Oh, let's move the camera a little bit closer. There we go. Just like that, our cabin air filter is in. So now all we gotta do is reverse everything we just did. Get our screw, and like I said, this was already missing the screw for the bottom one. I guess the original owner thought it was a good idea to not put that one back in, and I don't actually blame him because it only really needs one screw to take this thing out, not two. But it would be nice to have both. Obviously don't. It's plastic, so please be careful when screwing it in. And I'll go ahead and get the rest of this stuff back off camera because it's pretty much just the reverse process. And I'll get to you then. All right, everything is back in place. That's all screwed in. That went in perfectly fine. We got our little cover tarp, whatever this is supposed to be, back on. So that's basically it. We basically installed our cabin air filter and our new air filter. Like I said, here's our old one. This is hard as a rock. My guess is this was never replaced at all when they bought this car. These should be changed every 10,000 miles or every year. And same for our air filter. This looks like this was factory and never changed. So this should have been changed, I think, every 30,000 miles, 40,000 miles. So every year should be changed. So yeah, please not forget to change your filters, people. But yep, that's pretty much it. We got our second round of maintenance done. Our third batch is coming soon, and that might actually be doing the spark plugs, the purge valve, or the evap, the leak detection pump in the back. But we will figure that out as soon as I get more parts, because I have more parts along the way. I'm pretty much gonna do a whole entire just work up on this car to make it perfectly sound, just like it should be when this car was first bought. So yeah, that's basically about it. I will get back to you if we do maintenance next, or if I go ahead and put on the stuff I said I was gonna put on last video when it came to the wheels, and then stuff I'm gonna do with the headlights. So without that, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please, leave a like and subscribe. Obviously, I know this video was not really needed considering there's so many videos out here doing it, but I just wanted to do it to show you guys if you did not already know how to. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.